computer.
Great lighting.
Cool. Awesome. Well, good, you guys. I'll go ahead and get started out of respect for time. As you guys know, time is our most valuable commodity. And with me, it's something I hold sacred. I'm going to make my screen, I'm going to mute everybody out real quick. And then at the end, you guys will do some Q&A. And the end, we'll also just kind of go over any questions you might have, any thoughts you might have. Cool. All right. Let me see here. Oh, no. I have, you guys, Melissa's on top of me. How's that possible, Melissa? Hold on a second. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. Perfect. There I am. Okay, good. Christina's in. All right, you guys. I'm going to be going back and forth because people are coming in and they're going out, stuff like, or not, they're coming in. I just want to make sure I can see everybody. So, good evening. Happy Sunday to you. Happy November 29th for you. Just by show of hands, how many feel energetically like something's happening? Whether it be, forget the media, forget all of that. Like, as far as internally, how many feel like something's going on with you? It could be great. It could be amazing. It could be like just off, maybe off balance, whatever the case may be. Few of you, okay, good. What I want to talk about is you've been hearing that on 12, 21, 20 of this year, there's something significant happening. I want to kind of give you some insight on what's happening universally, so that when we as we get closer to this date, as we get closer to the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, right around the holiday season, you're going to notice something happening with you energetically, and that's a good thing. So you all know that there's this thing called this winter solstice, which the winter solstice is that time of the year that happens every winter. And it literally is a time where some things are happening. There's this connection with Earth more. There's this energetic force that's happening where we just feel connected more than ever, right? It's kind of the time where the energies of the Earth are like really the highest. So there's a lot that's going on. Physically, the Earth still looks the same. But it's a time that energetically that we start to notice things. We start to, hear the birds. We notice the trees. We start to hear, like, there's this connection as humans are concerned. So as we're walking the planet, we're not just like on the planet, like we actually feel like we're connected to it. Does that make sense? Like we feel like we're part of this relationship with Earth, right? We're not just taking up space here. And every year we kind of go through that. If you think about Christmas time, how we start to connect with, the things that matter to us, and we get in this giving spirit, and we start to, transition as winters here. And so like it's a really interesting, wonderful time. And there's just this deeper connection that starts to happen. And depending on what's going on with you, it's that time of like new beginnings. It's a very interesting time when we start to transition like new energy. Maybe it's stored energy. A lot of you that are on here, a lot of you have been doing work since COVID hit, more work probably in the last 6, 7 months than you've done, the previous 20, 30 years you've been on the planet. Everybody raise your hand and say if that is true. Okay, good. I know it's true because I know it's true with me. And obviously, like minds and like hearts, we all attract, right? So if we know that this is something that naturally happens, a lot of us aren't really woke to the fact that there's something energetically happening. Now, you guys all are dealing with how energy affects you. And so you start to notice things like that, except now at this time, it's going to be much more pronounced because of what's happening with the Jupiter and Saturn like being closer than they've ever been before. So we'll talk about that in a second. But it literally is kind of like December's like this return to the light. Really, what it is like, this is the time that you're going to start to feel you more than you've ever felt before, because it's literally the time of the season. It's the time to be grateful. Christmas time, we're in this gratitude space. We don't think that with our kids because our kids are wanting, but we're grateful that we have the ability to give our kids what they want, things like that. But this is kind of like your return to the light, and you still really start to hone in on what matters to you. Okay, so um, the 21st is interesting because on the 21st of December is we have this thing called this grand conjunction, and it happens every 20 years or so. And this grand conjunction literally is it's alignment of planets. It's alignment of different things that are happening in our solar system. It just happens so that what's happening right now with Saturn and Jupiter being very prominent, very big, energetic entities. They're the closest they've ever been. So this is really significant for those that are feeling energy and for those that are kind of, discovering their path and their light. And a lot of you have done a lot of work. Like I work with most of you, have done a lot of work on you. And so this is going to be really amazing time for you because if you think energetically how everything is closer than it's ever been and more aligned than it's ever been, then the opportunity to have the veil lifted to go to other dimensions, and I'll talk about what higher dimensions is because everybody throws this word around like, higher consciousness and third dimension and 4D and 5D lifestyles. I'll share with you what that is so that when you start to gravitate to that space, like you'll know what's happening with you internally. But this grand conjunction, it happens every so often. Right now, it's going to be happening in a way where everything's going to be amplified in a big, big way. Also, too, significant about the 14th of December that we're going to have a total eclipse. So if you think of a total eclipse happening in December, you think of the winter solstice. You think of now what's happening on the 20th, which these two big entities are coming together and they're aligned closer than they've ever been in a straight line. You guys, there's a lot of great stuff that we need to be prepared for as humans. And the people that are doing the work now are going to receive the most benefit. And when I start talking about energetically what's going to happen and how you're going to feel, you're going to have a lot of your friends are going to get left behind because they haven't done the work. They're not awoke to the fact how to connect with this energy, and they surround themselves with external things to bring that sense of peace. And you guys, that's not what needs to happen right now. So we have this thing happening on the 14th, and then a couple days later, on the 21st, all of a sudden now we have this major alignment, and this is going to allow high frequencies to reach Earth. Okay, so the highest that been in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Some say 8,000 years, some people say 200 years, some people say 800 years. Let's just say it's longer. This type of energy that's going to be felt on this day is going to be more than you guys have ever felt in your entire life. So let's just say that in your lifetime and 8 other lifetimes before you. Okay, so we have this aligning that's going to happen. We have this total eclipse that's going to happen, which, as you guys know, we have a full moon happening tomorrow night. That full moon is going to allow us to see things and feel things and start to make change, new beginnings, right? New beginnings, new moon, new beginnings. We all know this already. But again, we have that parlaying into the 14th, or the 21st, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. You guys, it's going to be a very, very powerful month for those that are in alignment with what's happening. So this whole idea of this high frequency, you've heard the terminology, people say, the new earth is coming. The new earth is coming. Well, literally, potentially, that's what's going to feel like a whole new shift in energy, which causes this feeling like you're new. And since you're connected to earth, since you're connected to the universe, it's going to feel like a new earth. Now, aesthetically, it still could look the same, but because you're more connected to it now, you're going to start to notice those things that maybe you never noticed before, right? Kind of like when you buy a new car, so like my son just bought a black BMW. So I know that when he drives around town, guess what he's going to see a lot of? Black BMWs, right? I mean, that's just kind of how this works. Now that you're woke to the fact that this is happening, amazing things going to happen. So we have this whole idea of this new earth coming into play because of this polarity, because of this frequency, because of this alignment that's happening right now in our solar system. So there's new heights of living. There's new heights of knowing. There's new heights of us feeling, experiencing something. Okay. So the grand conjunction, which is happening on the 21st, you guys, this is significant because for those that follow the zodiacs and Pisces and things like that, and Aquarius and Virgos, and I guess I'm not into astrology. I never have. I've had people that have exposed it to me, and I'm fascinated by numbers, and I'm fascinated by math and how it all fits into quantumly to things I believe in. But astrology, as you guys know, is important. Signs are very important. Like people always go, "What's your sign?" Well, my sign's happiness. I'm also a Virgo. My sign is crazy, but I'm also a Pisces, right? What's happening right now is this whole idea of moving into the Aquarius, right? We're going from Pisces into Aquarius. And for those that have been around a while, like myself, anybody that's over 50 something, we all know that there was back in the 60s, there was this whole thing, there's a song called This is the Dawning of the Age of Aquarius. Interesting enough about Aquarius and how Aquarius is, it was this whole feeling of, this, I'm getting goosebumps right now, like this is exciting, you guys. It's this whole feeling of community. It's this whole feeling of collectiveness, of oneness, okay, of oneness. This is why back in the 60s they were singing about this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, where there was this oneness of people coming together in communities. If we look at our lives today in the last 200 years or so, what we've had is the age of manifesting corporation, big business, one leader, two leaders, people that are multi-billionaires leading people, and us envying these leaders, the Elon Musks of the world, the Warren Buffetts of the world, the Bill Gateses of the world, all these people and big corporations. This is how we built the last 200 plus years or so, is in that era. And so we have this shift that's happening right now, and you guys are feeling it because you guys are getting rid of stuff that no longer matters. How many people have got rid of stuff that no longer matters in your life? And you guys know what I'm talking about. We're cleaning out stuff. We're getting rid of this stuff. We're looking at that $4,000 purse going, do I really need this? Or shoes or whatever it is for you. Or selling the extra car that's doing nothing. Like we've accumulated the stuff. And in the shift of the Aquarians, what's going to happen? It's more free. It's more flowing. It's more together. There's more connection that's going to be happening. And what's going to happen, you guys, this is so beautiful about this shift, is you're going to see people supporting each other. Hello? You're going to see people in tribes and communities that want everybody to win, that want to approach life from a different perspective. You guys, and this is powerful because you guys all know when collectively, when people come together, what's possible. If we're all believing in one person or one entity and something happens, you guys, we get affected by it. But imagine if you have a whole community of people that are all on the same page doing something. And so this is significant for those that follow, the zodiacs and things like that. You guys, this is really, really important. This energy of Aquarius is huge. And it's a very free flowing, connective energy. So I know a lot of you are now starting to figure out your tribe, right? And your community. That's why some of you, every morning you're meditating with this group of people. And some of you are meditating with this group of people. And some of you are joining Facebook groups with these types of people. You're finding your platform and your tribe right now. And maybe you've never done that before. You've always kind of been a loner. You've kind of done your own thing, and you've been in that space, right? How many people can relate that you're looking for those people? You're looking for those like-minded people right now. And the Age of Aquarius brings this new theme of collectiveness and oneness where everybody gets to contribute. It's like a community style living, community-based living is what's happening right now. Your community-based marketing is what I've been doing my whole adult life. Well, it seems like a lot of people are going to get into that style of marketing because they want to be part of community, not to sell products down people's throats and close people into business opportunities, but they want people to join this community. And that's what I love about the shift that's happening right now. And so for those of you that are looking for something to do, you're going to be looking not so much for the opportunity to make money, to get rich, you guys. Those days are over. Those types of feelings and that type of vibration, you guys, it's not going to work in this new world. And you're going to see a lot of your friends, maybe even you, if you don't shift, you're gonna start to feel that. You're gonna start to feel what that feels like. We're going to start to feel like a connection with smaller run organizations, not big companies, right? You're going to start to support the little guy. You're going to start to root for the little guy to win, right? And help uplift that person. It's a really wonderful, wonderful time. And this is how you guys all are. Has been inside you for so long. And that's why this transition is, you're excited about it, like you want more of it. That's why you're doing these things called meditations. That's why you're doing this breath work. People go, oh, you're doing that. Well, that's why you're reading books that you've never read before, you guys, because you're in that space. and you're being surrounded and you're looking for people that are in that space that are going to support you through all of this. So you're going to come to a higher level of consciousness, which I'm going to talk to you about. Some of you are already there. Some of you have reached this 4D or this 5D world, and there's more than that. But I'm going to stop at like the 4 and 5D world that people talk about all the time. Um, it's an exciting time because you're going to feel like there's no separation between us. Like, for example, you're not going to see people based on income. You're not going to, guys, you're just going to see people as they are. You're going to see people as you are. And that's a beautiful place to be, for those people that have trust issues, for those people that have insecurity issues, for those people that always feel like somebody's out to get them. You're going to find a tribe of people where you're not going to feel that way. And you've already started to find that, obviously, by being here tonight. Something led you to this night. To this tribe and or tribes that you're part of. You guys, it's the great thing about this grand conjunction and this new Aquarius, you guys, everyone is thriving. Hello. Everyone will thrive in this type of environment. Okay. In the other way that's been built for the last 200-300 years, there's a handful of people that did. And that's why the ego got so ugly. And that's why, people just, gave up. And you're just going to really love and embrace what's happening. So on the 21st, you guys, we get ourselves prepared for the shift that's going to happen. And it's truly going to be beautiful. I'm going to keep going, make sure I got some more notes for you. So we're going to talk about return to the light. I want to talk about the day of the 21st, why that's significant, you can expect. It's basically, there's going to be people that fall back into their old karmic patterns, their old belief systems, their old way of thinking. There's going to be people that are going to get lost in this energy because they're going to be confused at what's happening to them. They're going to start to, question themselves, and because they don't have the foundation, because they're vibrating at such a low frequency, because they bought into everything they've read or they see on social media, they bought into that, they're following the herd. These people are going to have a very difficult time to be accepted. The other people are going to be the people that are going to be the light seekers. You hear this term a lot, like the light workers, the light seekers. These people, which are people like you guys are going to be, looking for new ways and stretching yourself. Here's what's so beautiful: stretching yourself in ways you've never even imagined them. So, for example, there was a movie that came out a long time ago, not too long ago, called Limitless. Anybody see that movie Limitless, where you take this pill and all of a sudden you could manifest something in a nanosecond. You could be somewhere, and you guys, this is what is possible. Limitlessness is possible for people that are doing all of this stuff right now. People that are embracing their light, embracing who they are, embracing their tribe, embracing the energy, and manifesting more than they've ever had, going for it more than they ever. You guys, these people are literally have feelings like superhero powers. I talk about this all the time. For those that I've coached, you guys always hear me talk about your superpowers, our superpowers, our superpowers. Like, you get a chance to tap into them in this new shift of energy. The limits that we used to put on ourselves, our old belief system we used to put on ourselves, guys, you have an opportunity to blow right through that and have a higher level of consciousness about what is your truth. Every time I talk and I work with people, I always talk about you. What is the truth? What is the truth about you? What is your truth? What is your truth? What is your truth? What is really real at this, you guys? And this is what you guys have an opportunity to tap into that. And because the frequency of the earth continues to expand and grow, you get to tap into those frequencies higher and faster than ever possible. Also, you can tap into the lower vibrations as well, the negative stuff that happens. Okay, so there's that fine line between playing in a place where it is delicious and yummy and expanding, but it's also you can get very dark very fast too, right? Because you always have these opposing energies. You have the good and you have the bright and the dark, right? So for those that decide to play over here and discover themselves and grow and do the things behind the scenes and do all that, stay in a high vibration state and high frequency and ride this wave that's been given to us, you're going to see your life change so freaking fast. And I hope you're ready for it. The things that you desire, the things that you want, the things that you know that are true, you guys, they're going to start to present themselves right in front of you and go, wow, that was interesting. Wow, that was cool. Wow, I still can't believe that happened. You're going to start having those conversations a lot. On the other side of the coin, if you don't do that, because there's so much energy, You can be pulled down into a negative space where, oh my gosh, did you hear what's going on with the election? And oh my God, COVID's doing this. And oh my gosh, you have a choice. What is going to be your reality? What level of consciousness that you're going to play at. So I want to talk about the levels like 3D, 4D, 5D. We hear this all the time. You guys, this is not some wishy-washy thing. Hey, oh man, that guy's so 3D. Somebody that is in a 3D state is somebody that is a surface. I call them they're a surface builder. Everything they're doing is surface oriented. Their life, the things they have is on the surface. They're not willing to go down and do the digging. You know what I'm saying? They're not willing to go inside and expose the true truth, their true self. Right? So it is what it is. They're here. They've got this stuff, but the second they look in the mirror and want to face the music, they're not willing to do that. You guys have a lot of people in your life that live in this 3D world that aren't willing to change. They're taking everything thrown at them. It is, this is how it's supposed to be, and that's it. Most of us, all of us, have come from a 3D world. We have. We ever got to a point we started hating work, but we stuck it out. We started hating these people, but we still hung out with them. We started doing bad things to our body. We still did it, you guys. Whether it be alcohol, drugs, sex addictions, whatever. If we just stayed in that space and weren't ready to face the music and do the work, hello, 3D world. That's the world that the majority of the people have decided to take up shop, to build their empire in that space. And it sucks. I see it all the time. I have family that are like that. I have really good friends that are like that. And I watch this and I'm just like, oh, man. I wish for 1 second, and I know mothers out here, just for 1 second, let your guard down. Undo your belt buckle. Undo one belt buckle and let some of this stuff out of you so we can talk, so I can help you. But you guys, these people don't want to go there. Not yet. Something will happen and they will. They'll come to a point like a lot of you have where you said enough is enough and you made the shift. You said, that's it. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to do this. I don't know what to do next, but I'm going to start to dig and I'm going to start to get to the root of everything. People that are in the 4D space, you guys, these are people that, your body starts to become important. You all know that work with me, whether it be through, the courses I teach or one-on-one or whatever, you guys, always talk about honoring yourself, honoring it, the food that you eat, the things that you do, the meditations. Like when you start doing that, you start to enter this fourth dimension. In this fourth dimension, you start to get connected with self. You start to discover things about yourself. All of you are there. All of you are in this beautiful 4D space. And once you're here, you look back at your 3D world that you just came out of, you're like, what the heck was I thinking? And then some people kind of teeter-totter back and forth. They're 3D because something they're latching onto and they don't want to let go all the way because of fear of something. And so you're back and forth. And that's an awkward place to be. Okay? So we got to figure out a way to start to honor ourselves, to start to feel, we realize in this fourth dimension that there's really no good and bad. There's just things that happen, and somehow you'll figure out what's going on with it. Everything has a meaning in a 4D world, so you don't look at your life and go, "Well, that sucks. That happened to me, and I can't believe it." You look at everything as kind of like, okay, what do I need to learn from that experience? What am I not seeing? What am I not feeling right now? And this is a beautiful place to be when you start to gravitate into this 4D world where you have this higher level of thinking, a higher level of consciousness. And when you start to have that, then you start to ask the questions and you start to notice things more so. You start to notice things in other people like, ooh, that was weird how she said that. Ooh, that's weird. Why? And you start to become more awake. They talk about being awake and things like that. And you start to live, like you start to discover, like, what's my purpose? How many of you, show your hands, have started to ask that question? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? Yeah, everybody, come on, let's go. Yes, right? So what is my purpose? Like, what am I, look, I've had enough of these experiences. I've had enough of stuff in this 3D world where I got to experience and share and feel and hurt and love and receive and give. I've had enough of those, but now, okay, what is it now for me? And this is where you start to transition to discover what that is for you. You start to find joy in things, and you don't have this big issue with stuff all the time and you don't get lost in la la land, and that thing that you're hanging on to, you figure out a way to kind of deal with it. That thing that normally bothered you in the past, it doesn't so much anymore. You're just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So this is a great place to be, you guys. And most all of you, I think there's people on here that I don't know, but there's most all of you are in that space where you've begun that process, or maybe you're deep into the process. And COVID obviously was a great ally for you to do that, right? As weird as COVID is, I believe in my heart that when all settles, when all this shakes out, which the truth always does, we'll look back on this and kind of go, that was bizarre. That was interesting. I'm glad that happened. I have a good friend of mine on here that, she's very, very grateful that COVID happened, because it allowed her to slow down and allowed her just to kind of embrace time with the most important person on the planet, which is, take a guess who that would be. You, right? With you, to figure out what matters to you, right? People that go in, so once you're in 4D, which is an exciting place to live, you start to unveil your truth, and you start to discover who you are, and you start to go, oh my God, this feels good. I want more. I want more. And you start to get rid of the acidic things in your life. You start removing those things that no longer serve you. Then you move into this 5D place. And this 5D place, you guys, and there's levels above 5D, but when you get to this place, and all of a sudden you're just comfortable with just being you. Just being you. You don't need the outside external stuff, although you do need things like music and flowers and the little things, right? The little things start to really, you get excited about the little things. Like, I can't tell you how many times I just get up in the middle of something and I'll go play music, and for 30 seconds, I'm like, wow, I feel like new again. 3 notes on a guitar, learning a new song, whatever. You guys, there's no more forcing, there's no more pulling, there's no more tugging. There's just a knowing. There's a peacefulness, there's a calmness about you. There's an understanding, there's appreciation, there's gratitude in everything, there's abundance in everything. This is the sweet spot, you guys, that you want to get to. And once you're 5D, you will never teeter in a 4D world, and you'll never understand what it's like to be in a three-dimensional world. Like, you look at your friends, you'll go, gosh, how is that even possible? Like, honey, you've been talking about this for 8 months. Dude, you've been dealing with your weight problem for 32 years. What are you not willing to face? What are you willing? You guys will get to this place, you're like, ah, with peace and love and understanding and harmony and knowing, right? It's the sweet spot. It's the sweet spot. Some of you have been in this spot for a period of time, but then maybe you kind of, got pulled back because of something you saw on the internet, because of, the election didn't go exactly the way you wanted, or now there's more stuff coming up. You guys, there will always be distractions in your life. In person, in a 5D world, the only way I find out anything is because I have a new TikTok account. And I got on TikTok because one of my mentors said, you would crush it on TikTok and your voice would be heard to all the people that are on there, that have found their way on there. The millennials, even older people, people in their 50s like me, have found their way there, because there's a lot of freedom on TikTok with regards to speaking your voice, right? For now, I'm sure at some point there's gonna be too much freedom, and just like Twitter, everything's gonna get whatever. But for now, I'm starting to see the truth of a lot of people that are asking themselves, not from a 3D perspective, but from a 4D perspective, what's going on. They're looking for their truth, and they're digging. They're digging, right? Which is what you want to dig and do in a 4D world. You always want to be digging, looking for something about yourself, looking for the truth, looking for the wisdom, looking for the knowledge, looking for that thing that goes, that feels good, right? And you're just looking for the treasure is what you're doing. And even though some stuff's going to come, it's going to be very uncomfortable as you're digging, because you have to face the music. You guys all know that once you do it, you look back and go, geez, it's not that bad. It wasn't really that bad. And you guys, the people, again, that I work with, you probably heard me say this before, we all tell a story of something that happened to us that was pretty bad. Get it? My father I used to say this, he used to beat the shit out of me. My father used to beat the shit out of me every day. The reality was, he touched me one time, like hit me or pushed me. The reality was that it wasn't every day. But when we say something, we have the ability to say more than what actually takes place. 50% of what we remember, 50%, y'all, 50% is even true. That's crazy. That's weird. That's interesting. When we tell our stories, we want to make them interesting. So we have the ability to put a spin or two on it to make it more interesting. And 50% of what we remember um, is actually really even true. Okay. So what's going to happen on the 21st as this shift happens and Jupiter and Saturn are close, everything's aligned, we start to shift into Aquarius, which is beautiful. You're going to feel the highest, deepest, truest connection to yourself, flaws and all, problems, challenges, issues, mistakes, everything. You're going to feel this vibration of connection to yourself. I was driving home from Louisiana. I did a 36-hour trip. I got in my car, drove down to Louisiana, picked up all my music equipment, drove back, and I guarantee that it's a 16 and a half hour drive back. I drove back the whole way, drove all night, everything. I was crying for no reason. There was no music on. There was nothing. I had my window cracked a little bit. The wind was coming in. The moon would follow me the whole way through. And you guys, I'm just having just a beautiful release of something beautiful, like a connection, and just loving and honoring myself for just who I am right now at this moment. Not who I was, not who I'm going to be, but at this moment, who I am. And I want you guys to find that. And this is going to be an opportunity for you to be prepared so when this happens and you start to notice something happening with you, that you just embrace it. There's going to be more hope, there's going to be more peace, there's going to be more joy, there's going to be more love, more prosperity than ever before because of this shift, you guys, because of what's happening right now, more than ever before any other time in your life. So if you're sitting there worrying about, how you're going to pay your bills and what's going on, you guys, you have to understand something. We're all in this together. Okay. And all you have to do now is be prepared for what's about to happen and make sure that you're putting yourself in a place to experience what's happening. Get crystal clear focus. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some action items here. Get some crystal clear focus on really what it is that you want for you, right? From a health perspective, from a spirituality perspective, from love in your life, from the prosperity that you want in your life. Like, you need to be completely crystal clear on that. For those people that I'm working with, like one-on-one and coaching and stuff, like, this is something that we talk about all the time. Like, what is it that you want? Like, I know what you don't want. You guys, I know what you guys don't want. What is it that you really, really want, though? Now's the time to invest the time in you, in your 4D world right now, because all of you, I'm looking at the names now, all of you have entered into this beautiful 4D environment. This is the time that you have to do what I call the good, not the work, the good. You get to design and create whatever it is you want for you. And the universe is giving you an opportunity that you'll never get again in your lifetime, ever, to experience this transition and this transference from literally, I don't want to say dark, but if you feel it all heavy in this last 20, 30 years of your life, and you weren't bouncing in as a beam of light, I know I wasn't, then you're going to be welcomed in this new transition that's happening. And your friends are going to look at you and go, what is going on with you, Julie Smith? What happened to you? Like, you look like you're 10 years younger. You look like, blah, blah, blah. You guys, this is what's going to happen. And you're going to look at them and go, man, you say one thing that you're interested in knowing why I feel the way I do. You say one thing, because I'm not going to impose my beliefs, but you say one thing, just give me a shot. And maybe that's one of the things that you manifest. Actually, maybe let that be one of the things you manifest, which is, you know what? I want people that are questioning, that are ready to come seek their answers and allow me an opportunity to teach and help them. Maybe that's one of the things you get to manifest. A healthy world, a healthy family, obviously, a healthy you. Manifest you doing what you should be doing right now with your life. You don't know what that is. You might not know at this moment. But really, you guys, you have to get crystal clear on this. And it will expand. Your list of what you want and what you desire is going to expand as we move closer to the 21st and beyond. Great comments coming in. I see what you guys are putting as we get closer to that. Here's some things you can do. You want to make sure, this is very important, you stay in a place of high bright vibration. You guys know what low vibration is. Low vibration is spending hours on Facebook, listening to social media, watching the news, getting involved in gossip, hanging out with people you don't really like to, but you do it anyway. Okay. Remember, person in 4D, person in 4D, if it doesn't serve you, allows you to grow, to discover something new and beautiful about you, you're not going to do it. And you have the ability to say, I'm not going to do it. My wife has many times said, hey, do you want to go do this? You want to go do that? And at the time, because maybe I'm locked in doing something else, maybe I don't feel like it, or maybe if I do go, I'm not going to really be the best version of myself, so I can say no. You guys, you can say no. If you say no, you're going to grow. Write that down. If you say no, you have an opportunity to grow. If you say yes just because, when would now be a good time to stop doing that? You're not serving anybody if you're just doing it just because, oh, I got to do it because my mom wants me to come over. Well, you and your mom, every time you guys get together, you guys both, you have 911 pinched up on your phone, and all you have to do is hit the number one and send to call 911 because something's going to happen. Some of you are like that, but you go anyway. Is that 4D or is that 3D? Or is that 2D? Or is that 1D? Once you go forward, you guys, I don't want you going backwards. You have to trust, you have to believe, and the people that are doing the work right now are going to do that. So we want to make sure we stay in a high vibrational state. One of the things that I do, I always have music on. You guys probably can hear my birds going on in here, my beautiful portal back here in my office. I have birds, I have lighting. I've been blowing candles all day. Thank you. My good friend Jen sent me these amazing candles. So I have candles going all day. I have music, pleasure music that sounds, delicious and yummy playing throughout my house. My wife is amazing. She's always got lights on. It always smells divine. You guys, that's high vibrational stuff. You need to do that. The Run DMC, for 10 hours or whatever the music is that just drives you nuts. Shift a little bit, change a little bit. Honor yourself. Do more meditating. Sun gazing. I want to teach you guys how to sun gaze, okay? We all hear this term like gazing at the sun. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick a morning. I want you to get up. If it's cold, put some nice clothes on, whatever. And I want you to go out and I want you to face the sun. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to look right at the sun with your eyes closed for 5 minutes. In that time, you'll see that your eyes are red. You'll see like this red light. You'll see this red light. And after about 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, that red light starts to turn black. Okay, your body adjusts. Your eyes are closed. You're looking at the sun. You're just staring there. You have the intent of just feeling love and energy and things that you just want to experience. Joy, happiness, all that. Once those eyes go black, because it's going to go from red because you're looking at the sun, and starts to go black, stay there for another 30 seconds or so. And then once you're there, after 30 seconds, I want you to open your eyes and stare right at the sun. The sun will be your friend. You will not believe that you can actually stare right at the sun. And you look at it for 30 seconds, a minute, and you just take it all in and just connect. If you can do it without shoes on as you're doing that, then do that as well, okay? But this is a great way that you can just gaze at the sun and just feel the energy of all that right now. On the 21st, you guys, you're going to see some interesting things in the sky. You're going to start noticing, boy, it's a different color maybe, or the clouds look different, or things are more bright. You guys, this is all going to be happening. And the people that are awake, the people that are working on high vibrational and high frequency activities are going to experience that more than others. Some people are just going to lose their minds because it's just going to be so epic for them, right? I hope all of you lose your freaking minds on the. I hope that you're just in this beautiful, lovely space. Anything that's low vibration, you guys stay away from it. You guys all know what that is. It's that person. It's that thing. It's Facebook. There will be probably an opportunity that I will not be on Facebook probably a couple days before and probably a few days after. I'm just not going to be there. I'm still going to do my meditations, you guys, just so you know, every night. But I'm just not going to. It's truly a time for me to honor my connection, my oneness, and my vibration, and my greatness, and your greatness, and all that. Okay, so that's what you want to do on those days. So music, candles. You've been putting off getting your nails done, ladies, for a long time. Go do that. Stuff like that. Anything you can do to raise that vibration. do. Anything you need to get rid of during this time, now's a great time to clean that freaking house. Not clean it, but I'm talking, the stuff that you need to get rid of. Like, just get rid of anything that's taking up space, anything that's taking up weight, anything that looks like it's out of place, it doesn't fit, just remove it. Move it. Okay? Spend some time really, really embracing how you are feeling with the idea of shifting into this new world, with the idea of shifting into this new possibility of whatever life that you want to experience. Okay. So that's kind of what's going to happen. It's going to last like 4 days. So the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, those 4 days or so, and there's going to be a residual effect even long after that because of what you're doing. Okay. So just be prepared for that. But those 4 days are going to be really, really you might be having a lot of conversations with your significant other, yourself, just because you're starting to feel something's happening, and all of you have been feeling this something happening since COVID. Some of you before COVID even hit, you said 2020 is going to be my year where I'm going to come to terms with everything. And then COVID allows you to go even deeper, faster, and truly isolate yourself in a beautiful way away from anything that you don't want. And it's okay now. So that bad person that you had in your life, guess what? Now you got to wear a mask. And now you don't even want to see that person. So it's been made very easy for you to do this type of work now because the new world is upon us. And once all the dust settles and the veil has been lifted and all the smoke and all the mirrors and all the he said and the she said and all this stuff settles, which could take some time, you're going to see in your preparation something really, really beautiful. And you'll start to see that as things are crumbling or down around you, as people are, losing their wits about themselves, you're going to be able to hold it together because you know the truth. You're going to stay in a high vibrational state. You're going to surround yourself with the right community. You're going to know your truth. You're going to discover that what you should be doing. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, the new world is all about online engagement, and it's all about building businesses more so online versus the face-to-face interaction that we're normally used to having. So that's why you see a lot of people now that are doing affiliate marketing. They're building websites. Like me, my coaching business has been increasing. I'm doing a lot more virtual stuff now. It's a great time for you to go down the space of doing something online that can build you some type of passive residual income. Whether it's, again, selling products for Amazon, but you're going to see a lot of that because remember, big business, you guys, all that's old world, old earth thinking now. And the little person, which is all of us, right? You guys are big, but I'm saying the little guy who used to support all these big entities, they're coming into their own. They're going, you know what? I don't need that. I don't need that. I'll just create my own. And so online is the future of this new world. So find something to do in that space. If you guys need help in that, reach out to me. I can give you some recommendations. I've been in this space for a long time online, and I can help and guide you through that. Okay. So, other than that, you guys, this is an exciting, 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 exciting time. It is by design. It's perfect. It's beautiful. You have to believe this. And you have to believe in yourself enough that you've got the strength and you've got the tools and the resources and the community of people around you that you're going to make it through this. And when you do, you'll live in this 5D, 6D, 7D space for the rest of your life. And with the truth and knowing and being limitless, that's what you're going to have a thought and you're going to attach a feeling to that thought. And all of a sudden that thing is going to manifest like that. This guitar that I just got manifested like that. I was sharing it with one of my buddies today, how this guitar that's in my house manifested literally in less than 22 hours. The exact color, shape, size, everything that I wanted, it just happened. Things will happen that fast, okay? So have to believe that. All right. With that being said, you guys, I'm going to get some fluids now because I believe I talked nonstop right there for 46 minutes. I'm going to get something to drink and then I'll open up for you guys any questions, okay? All right. Anybody have any questions? Did we learn anything? Say yes if you learned something. Good? How many feel pretty comfortable about what's next for you? Yes? Good? Okay, we're not going to perfect. Remember, if we've shifted into this new dimension, this 4D world, or some maybe playing with the 5D space. Some of you, especially some that I've coached for sure. Now that you're in that space, it's like you just now know there should be no insecurities. There should be no like, oh, but what if this doesn't happen? There's none of that. There's just a peaceful knowing. And a lot of people that want this thing called peace, right? I just want to have peace. I just want to have love. I just want to be doing what I know I should be doing. And whatever happens around me, it is what it is. I'll just deal with it when I can. Anybody have any questions about anything I've talked about? I did really good, didn't I? Wow. Yes, Sarah. You have to unmute, my love.
How can kids start doing this? Like what age could kids start doing this at? Like a teenager or?
If anybody's pregnant right now, now's a good time to start. Seriously. Just because that vibration, it's there. And so you've heard the stories of, moms reading books to their baby when the
I
baby
did
wasn't
that.
born yet, right? So and the baby
Yeah.
comes out and it's he or she's brilliant. Why is that, right? So absolutely, kids need to be doing this. My son is very tapped into this space, right? So he's 18 years old, but he's been in this space for, since as long as I can remember. Although, he does a lot of stuff on his own. He's a very high conscious thinker. He's very tapped into, things. And so, yes, please, 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 you guys, definitely now, like make it fun. Like maybe make it for those that celebrate Hanukkah, like maybe make it's like the 21 days of Christmas for you. Like every day, give yourself another gift, another high vibrational gift, right? Do something like that.
The,
Anybody?
the best the best piece of advice I can give you, Sarah, is very simple. You need to be the example for whoever kids that you are.
Thank
Period.
you.
Because they're going to be looking at you and they're going to be mimicking you,
Thank
whether
you,
you
Chris.
realize it or not. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
And they'll ask questions, and so it's a great time for you to incorporate, what you're doing with your kids. Hey, sit down with me. We're going to meditate, or we're going to write down all the things that we love about ourselves, right? Like, when's the last time you guys literally sat down and go, I'm going to write myself a love letter right now because I am just so juicy in love with myself. When's the last time you ever did that? It's kind of weird, but I don't. Just let me go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I love about you, Tony? I love that you're so happy all the time. I love that you got amazing people around you. I love that you got a nice looking Jeep. Like, I love that you're a talented musician. Like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Right? It
I
feels
like
good.
that idea. Thank
High
you.
vibe stuff, high frequency stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Like Tessa, you have so much stuff. Like, I mean, you've evolved so much over the last 8 months and what you do to people, like the talents and skills that you have, the energy that you have, like all of this stuff, you guys, we better start loving and honoring ourselves now more than ever. I'll leave it at that. However you want to do that, whatever that looks like and feels like and tastes like for you, that you got to do it.
Right.
Okay. It's very, 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 very important. Remember, if the frequency it's coming through on that date is a frequency. Somebody told me this one time. I believe in this. This is why I really discovered energy 20 something years ago, maybe longer than that. I went to Sedona. Where's Jen at? Jen Johnson. Hey, Jen, look what I got, honey. I hold this when I talk, just so you know, like I'm holding it when I'm talking.
Love it so much.
I love you so much. Thank you. But no, a long time ago, when I went to Sedona, I saw these pictures. I go to this place, and this person said, "Oh my God, here's what's going to happen. When you go to Sedona, the energy there is crazy. These vortexes and all this stuff, the mountains." I'm going, "Okay, cool, I love it." But Tony, and here's what the but was. Whatever you're holding on to, whatever you feel going in there is going to be magnified by 10 to 15 times. So if you're happy, you're going to be extremely happy. If you got something, and fortunately for me, I was really happy and excited as I made that trek to Sedona. And when I got there, I remember pulling in, I saw the sign Sedona, right? And it said population, and I literally started bawling. Like, I was like, oh my God, I love this place. It just like, it was crazy. And that's what I really understood how energy is. So imagine that type of energy on steroids. When the 21st gets here, you guys, you can have this high frequency that's going to come in. This vibration is going to be the highest it's been in our lifetime and beyond. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're building up to, whatever your ritual is to put you in this high vibe state, you want to make sure that that day you are doing that, whatever that is. Okay. I will be the whole day probably here playing music, meditating, breath work, doing all the stuff I love to do. And I'm going to spend a lot of energy on, the things I desire in my life, the abundance, the health, all of this stuff, and people getting healthy around me, and the sadness I feel for humanity right now. I want to just feel love for everybody, that everybody starts to wake up, and there's this new, not revolution, but a new evolution that happens where people are just connected and we're all winning together, at whatever level that is. Obviously, there's going to be people well beyond that, but that's what I'm going to be focusing in on. And that, you need to be prepared for that. We do the build up now. The 14th is going to get here. It's going to be a total eclipse from the heart. Anyway, total eclipse from the heart. And then, sorry, just music. It's in me. And then you're going to parlay that in, roll that right into the 21st with some inertia. And you guys are going to feel it, and it's going to hit you. And so whatever you're bringing into that space on the 21st, from the time that you wake up, you'll probably have dreams that night, in the morning hours. I don't know. But whatever you're rolling into, you're going to feel it, and it's going to be delicious. That's the best way to describe it, okay? So whatever you got to make peace with, I suggest you make peace with. Whatever you got to get rid of, I suggest you get rid of. With everything, with love in your heart right now. There's no ill will. Oh my God, Dave, well, my stepfather, or Mary in high school, or all that crap, you guys. You got to stop. You got to stop. And you let everything go with love and peace and joy, and knowing from a 4D or a 5D consciousness that it's long overdue, and you're okay with it. You're okay with it. You're alive. You're thriving. It's beautiful. Okay? Yes, Sarah.
I was going to say maybe now is a good time to start writing those forgiveness letters to all the people and let it all go.
Yes. I know some of you still got more. For those people that don't know what Sarah's talking about, I work with people, and I want to make sure people release anything that they're holding on to, and forgive people in their life, forgive events in their lives, and forgive themselves for certain things. And we do that by writing a letter, and we burn it, and just have a nice little ceremony. Amanda, I know you have an extra one you need to burn, so don't even try to hide from me, girl. I saw that. I see everything. I see forgiveness. Some people see dead people. I see forgiveness. Okay. All right. Anybody else? I thank you guys so much. This is truly from my heart to you. This is truly an honor to be together with you guys all. It's an honor to watch how far a lot of you have grown. I know that sometimes you see yourself every day. You don't see that, but I can assure you, you have grown so much during this time. And what's about to happen is that portal is going to open up, and all those things and all those feelings, you're actually going to experience that connection and that oneness with yourself. And just be ready for what the universe is going to present to you. But you got to stay focused. You got to stay in that lane, regardless of what you see around you. Because I'm going to tell you, and I say this every night when we do our meditations, you're going to see stuff around you that's going to look like a freaking movie. You guys, welcome to the Truman Show. Welcome to the Tyler Zuka Show. Welcome to the Evan Osborne Show. Welcome to the Joyce Felder Show. You guys have been in a movie, and you get to decide as the best supporting actress, the lead actress, the lead actor, the writer, the director, the producer, the executive producer, how you want this thing to end, how you want it to affect you. Okay? You have that much power, my little superheroes. Okay? I love all of you. If anybody has any questions about anything, slide me a DM. I learned that from my buddy Taylor. Slide me a DM. I'll be more than happy to jump on with you. Also, too, a lot of you guys know I've been doing these free coaching sessions. If you want to go through a coaching session just to kind of get a pulse and let me kick you in the butt and get you head in the right direction, you can do that. I'll put the link right here, because most of you guys are on my email list. If you're not, you need to be, because I'm dropping like information in. But let me put this real quick in the chat. You guys can go here. You can go here. www. Okay, right there, Mojo activation call and schedule that. And then I will, you'll get on my calendar and we'll spend some time together and we'll just chat. I'll see where you're at. If there's something I feel I can direct you to, then I will definitely direct you to that. Some of you are already on my calendar, so I got you. But for those that aren't, let's get you prepared for something epic. You guys, you've been waiting your whole life to go through what you're going through and to experience in a much easier way. The universe is allowing you an opportunity to really tap into you at a very escalated speed. So prepare yourself, kind of like you're getting ready to go into like a space, you know, like do all the stuff you got to do, start eating right, put the suit on, and let's get on that ship, you guys, and let's just have a lot of fun, okay? I thank all of you. Again, I'm honored to be in your guys' life, and anything I can do to serve you, I'm only a call or a text or a post away. So please feel free if your heart feels that you need something. I'm here to help and heal. That's all I want to do. So I'm 17 years old now, so I figured for the next 100 years, I want to live to be 119, 117. The next 100 years, I get to serve and help people. So you got me for at least that. All right. Thank you guys for all the great comments. Thank you for all the participation in the chat. I love you, love you, love you guys. Great, great, great. And I got some coaching stuff I'm doing in December, maybe some stuff I'm working on it right now. I'll let you guys all know. So make sure you're on my email list, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Tony.
Tony.
Love you
You're
all.
welcome.
Love you
all.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You guys are amazing.
You are too.
You're
You are
amazing.
too. Bye.